Hey everybody, it's Matt and Dyan, and welcome back to OK Aussie podcast edition on this Sunday afternoon.
Some glitter because
I'm glad you did. I've got no room for glitter up on top of my head.
I've got Lucy.
Lucy the ladybug heart monitor. Bug trace is currently in operation. It is a Sunday afternoon.
I'm over it already.
23rd of June. Well, June. We're almost in July.
I'm over the bug already.
You've had enough of the bug.
Had enough. I want to rip it off.
Yeah.
Down here.
Well, we've actually done our first shower change. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell while you're here. But if you go back a few episodes, you'll see that Dyan's actually been into cardiology at Fiona Stanley to get a bug trace. For the next 28 days, she has to wear this.
Sorry. We can watch me.
Yeah, we've got an active monitor on the cloud to actually see what's going on.
That was messy.
Dyan is all over the shop. Atrial fibrillation and flutters going on. So AFib. Don't know why, don't know how often. It seems to be a lot at the moment. And the edema, and the heart pain, and the fatigue, and the noise.
So I've gone off the furosemide tablets, even though
you have.
The cardiologist doesn't really says it's necessary. But you know what?
Cardiologist did say jack much really, but anyway, it's okay.
Is always better to see me at my worst.
Well, we need to actually understand without the new medications truly where she's at. So 28 days, we've got that going through. Crop circles. Now there are two patches that have to go on directly on the contact of the skin for the electrodes to connect. Yes, hyperallergenic.
Monday,
Tuesday, I'd say, based on
apparently that's too fancy
for the hospital to provide up front.
Government's an arsehole.
So we've obviously the skin integrity.
What does it cost? 2 cents more a little.
I won't even go there. But
I mean, I literally burn, guys. Like I literally get stabs.
She's only had it on for 2 days, and already we've got burn crop circle marks. So I've had to move the patches around a little bit.
Yep.
And start to repair the area of the skin with some steroid.
Send them across. But still, I'm just saying, I asked for a Panadol osteo once in hospital. Oh my God. They said,
that's a bit fancy.
We don't have that fancy stuff here.
Jesus, lady.
I've got private cover now.
Yeah. BYO medicine. Yeah. Bring your own medicine to hospital.
Yeah, they
that's
do.
What they actually expect. They do
actually. You've got her meds. Great, you can do all the meds.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Would you like to chart that though? Would you like to monitor No, just do it.
Take the risk.
Okay.
Too complex patient.
Anyway, it is a Sunday afternoon. It's
Eh?
actually 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel really tired. You were
He's been busy.
Very tired.
Now, he has built me.
I'm going to get comfortable. Hold on.
Well, for us, but for me, really. For my budgies. A summer cover.
Okay.
In Care Bear material. Because I discovered...
Care Bear.
Now, there's a backstory here.
Yeah.
So, due to my full body edema, I went 3 dress sizes. Woof.
Yeah.
So, I've got new clothes, right?
Yeah.
From Shein. So, only one thing, because I'm short, got nothing to do. It's actually got nothing to do with my...
Gotcha.
No, with my weight gain.
Right.
With my edema at all. It's actually my height. So, anyway, he had to uptake my pants. And in the process, we realised that in the sewing box, stunning is what it is, there was like, no, we had to go to Spotlight.
Hold on. Yes, if you didn't know, I can actually sew, not only by hand and on a machine.
Absolutely.
Incredibly efficiently, by the way.
Better than me.
There is a backstroke, because my mum was a seamstress as well. I can make clothes and do all range of things.
But he's better than me. He's literally better than me.
So what did I whip up? A cover for the birds that are out there.
And my pants.
And your pants. Yes.
Just so that I'm not so like...
But we found our sewing box was in a bit of a state of disarray.
It was. We needed a new
a little OCD little miss next door to me over here.
Well, the cotton was the cheap cotton. We'd run out of the good cotton, and I was like, kept snapping on him. I'm going, honey.
Yeah.
It matters about the cotton.
It does.
We must go to Spotlight. Anyway.
Did you try and do one of those?
I did. Because I knew I needed to look at material for the birds.
Yep.
However, I also wanted to restock I've been wanting to restock my sewing box.
And there it is.
For a while.
Yeah.
And we did it on a budget.
Okay,
Everything was around about $3.
Yeah.
I did
for
it
Spotlight,
in a
that's
clever
actually
way.
good. So
oh, they're desperate.
Kudos.
They're
desperate.
desperate.
The financial office.
Desperate.
Of financial year sale.
Desperate because no one's buying your
sale
shit.
tags everywhere. Yeah. Maybe if you actually made it your normal price, you'd actually get more sales. And you
that is normal price, exactly. That's what I'm saying. When I say on sale, guys, and I got things affordable, I did look. I only do the sewing box up every 10 years, literally.
No, true, actually.
Like, not kidding.
Very true.
So I upgraded it because we do projects. We are very DIY.
You'll get a reel of cotton when you do a particular project because it's got to match that particular material.
Yeah.
So you know what.
So we just did it all up. Looks great.
We did. New scissors,
and even some clever stuff like a little magnetic dish.
Chalks. You name
magnetic dish.
I mean, never seen one. I thought this is like
for
a mechanic.
$3 and pink.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't into that part, but anyway.
And guess what the pin cushion now is?
Oh yeah, pin cushion.
Donut.
Of course, it's a donut.
Anyway.
So you had fun in Spotlight doing that part, didn't you?
Yeah.
My challenge at Spotlight.
Yeah.
Is always consistent.
People.
Forget the people factor. That's always difficult with a wheelchair anyway. Forget getting a disability.
Yeah, apparently I shouldn't exist.
That never happens.
I should just
my challenge is pricing, labelling.
Get out the way.
I would say that 2/3, if not more, items are never labelled.
It's a guess.
At Spotlight, so it's just like...
No, I just take it all on my lap.
We go backwards and forwards to the scanner.
No, you know what I do? I actually, like, guys, I'm not this kind of person to healthy situations, but I'm just going to say this. This shop and many other shops in Australia at the moment, due to the economic crisis, there's no excuse for bad behaviour. I understand other things, but bad behaviour by corporate, I'm not talking about the people, sometimes they do too, but I'm saying corporate, I'm not taking it. So nothing was priced. So everything was on my lap.
So annoying.
Scanned it, took what I wanted on my lap, and just put everything else in a big bin near the scanner.
Well, we can't
and I was
go backwards and forwards.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this Spotlight.
Lies in the process. Now, if you provided everybody with a handheld scanner as they go in, well, different story. Or maybe make an app that you can download on your phone,
you put it on the trolleys.
So you can scan.
They could put it on the trolleys.
They could.
Yeah.
So many things you could do.
Indoor trolleys.
Maybe just start with labelling. Actually put some prices up. But anyway,
no. Spotlight, what you could do, this is a twofer.
A 2 for 1.
It's good for us.
Yeah.
And you could hire more people so that they could pay the rent that's so exorbitant in Perth.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you did your Spotlight run. Yes, we got some material. Yes, it was Care Bear material. 50% off. And okay, we are the budget.
10%.
Well, you're the budget queen. Everything we look at has to be.
Anyway.
5 and a 0, honey.
50.
Is your dyslexia kicking in again?
Just my brain deadness is kicking in. I've had so many seizures. I have brain damage. I'm not even kidding.
I came back. Little story. I came back in
like a wrecking ball.
Sometimes you do, but I came back in from outside in a little storage shed. If you've seen our home tour, or if you haven't, go back and have a look at. Go back and have a look at our home tour. But our storage shed, literally outside our front door.
Yeah.
I came back in from there yesterday, and you were crying.
Yeah, I had an episode.
What happened?
I literally had a moment. I haven't had one for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a while, hasn't it?
Change medications, going off things.
And I said to him when he got back in, because I was crying.
Yep.
And so I said, look, I have to tell you, because this is part of my medical, with my neuroscience. I need to tell these things.
Yeah.
Sometimes pride has to be put aside. But I said, I'm freaking out. I couldn't recall where you were. I didn't know whether you'd gone shopping. I didn't know whether you were outside. I didn't know if you'd gone to the chemist.
And you said you called out to me.
I didn't know if you were inside, so I was calling out at first.
Now, of course,
that was the
in
first
the shed.
try.
It's literally the room next door, but it is external to our house.
But I'm calling out to him thinking he's somewhere around the front of the house. He wasn't.
And I was gone no more than a minute.
And I was like freaking out. And because I couldn't remember, I was like, come on, you stupid idiot. Come on, come on. And I was getting really, and I don't know where the emotions are coming from.
Oh, you're very
But the tears were just running, and I was just like, it's happening again.
So Dyan is MND, which is mild neurocognitive disorder, prodromal to early onset dementia. So we have had episodes, particularly in sundowning late at night, but not for a while. I thought that part of things has subsided, and I thought, oh, okay, well maybe it's just part of the neurological, everything's all settled. But that was a bit of a freaky moment for me again, because I'm thinking, okay, so here we are in a new place, and again it's protocols.
Hasn't happened since the new
and I'm
place.
normally, well, actually I am very good hey, honey, I'm just going down to the bin. I'm back
Oh,
home.
you did let me know.
Going to the shed. It's not that I don't let her know.
You did let me know because I remember the next day I was like,
yeah,
that's right. We were doing this before, and then he said, I'm going out to the shed, which really is the storage room. It's not actually a shed; it's an actual room.
You gotta have a shed when you're in Australia, mate. You know,
but
that's how it
he
works.
likes to call it. It's Aussie,
it's
guys.
It's the lads'
it's
shed.
It's not a real
outside.
shed, but you know
storage
what?
Shed,
It's got
a room.
Well, guess what? It's got a stool in there. It's got a chair in there. You can take your beer in there. Not that he drinks beer, though. We don't drink. You can take your ginger beer in there, and you can sit there, and you can go, right, no one could bother me here.
We got you some diet ginger beer yesterday. That's unusual.
Oh, I know.
Here's another story. We're all over the shop. Sunday is podcast time, so buckle in. There's a lot of... Hold on, don't disappear, because there's a big story coming up in the moment, which you're just going to be flatlined. Seriously, but hold on from that one. So
people's behaviour in Australia is just getting...
So, ginger beer, it just triggered me. It reminded me. Yesterday, I took Dyan to our local Woolworths.
Prematurely, because we were going to go home, get the electric wheelchair, come back, but we were having such a day.
We had such a day.
One of those days, I was exhausted, but I needed to
go
to the food shopping.
We were
I
doing
needed
things.
to be with the set
We're
phone.
having to do... Okay, hold on, let me interrupt here.
Yep.
This is part of the difficulty. Let me subjugate that story, and I'll come back to that story. Hold on to your hats, Woolworths. When we were at the cardiologist...
But now I get a...
They didn't tell us that Dyan's getting a ladybug, heart transplant.
Yeah, they could have told me because I would have washed my
hands. If
hair.
I'd known that as well, we would have been a bit more organised. Luckily, I actually had my phone on me. My phone.
Because I didn't have mine.
Dyan's phone. So she said, of course, the first thing is, we have to install the bug and configure it. And it's like,
out of the house.
Well, that would have been nice to know, because then I'm thinking, so for the next 28 days, my phone has to stay... anchored
5 meters
with 2 to 5 meters.
I'm in jail.
It can't go anywhere like an ankle bracelet. She can't go anywhere. Again, you know.
Lucy.
That thing, Lucy.
It's
connected, but now my phone is tethered to her. So I'm thinking, hold on, we're in a new friggin' area where we've just moved to. I'm still getting used to the roads. I live off Google Maps for a start. My shopping list is on here, but worse than that, it's safety. When I step out of the home, Dyan's communication, whether it's the emergency pendant buzzer, whether it's
my phone
WhatsApp
or
or phone or whatever else, she needs to reach
phone.
me, and I'm thinking,
I can't always
well,
leave
how are we
my
going to
bed.
do this now? Because
bedridden.
I can't transfer the app over onto your phone and reconfigure it because it's got all these secret passwords that they don't want to tell you.
28 days,
For
I
FFS, I was
attached to this moron.
Thank you very much. Anyway, so that's part of the story, so keep this in mind. So because of that, it's changed our behaviours. Now look, I am a lot more closer attention because she is all over the shop.
Behavior?
Well, my behaviour is that I can't let you go anywhere alone at the moment because 1, you're going to forget who the hell I am. 2, you're going to forget where I am. 3, you're having seizures.
Oh, come on. Let's
4, you've got cardiac events.
And
now you've got an insect that you've got to look after.
Happened once in a long time. It's been a big gap.
And yet it's happened again.
However, guys, going off the medicine...
Yeah, that's my
I don't know what my GP is going to say. He's probably going to be like, no, get back on it. And I'll be like,
have that conversation next week with him.
But it's the baseline. It'll be like, no.
Have to have a clean baseline.
Because basically, he will be concerned.
So let's bring these stories together. I'm all over the shop, I know, but stay with me. Here's the story. So we've now established that the phone is connected to her. I have to be with her because we couldn't install it on the other phone because the hospital hadn't told us. Okay, so we weren't prepared. We hadn't done anything. We hadn't even showered her. So that was a catastrophe.
Showered, but I hadn't washed my hair.
Know. So that part's done. So now I can't really go anywhere without taking her.
And I would have washed my hair.
Well, my phone's got to stay here, and I'm the one who has to receive all the calls from the government. You know, those men in black, the NDIS, the health department, and whoever else in the government decides to ring me. But anyway, I'm the one that's got to receive. This is a nightmare. So, first thing is, we did go to Woolworths on the way back from an outing.
And it was a mid-fortnight shop, so it's a smaller shop than normal, but still.
Here I am,
small trolley,
pushing the wheelchair.
So pushing me.
I'll do the pushing with one hand because that's what I can do.
I offered to push in the front, but he wouldn't let me.
No, because there's no disability trolleys. I looked.
I know.
Okay, so No disability trolleys at Woolworths. Sorry, they do have 2, but weren't available.
He said they do have 2, but they don't.
They have 2,
well,
weren't available.
They do, sorry,
I'm
but we
pushing
didn't see
the wheelchair.
them.
No, didn't see them. I know where they go. And I'm dragging the trolley behind as I get around. So
anyway,
I'm zooming around. Okay, the story. Hey, they remembered us because you phoned them.
In the car park while he's packing
We got
up
through
the
the
car.
shopping, got
I said,
out.
Give me the phone.
Dyan wasn't happy.
Give me the phone.
She was most unimpressed. I said, it's okay.
I've worked in
about
supermarkets
them.
when I first
They're always
left
nasty.
school. So no, they're not always that nasty.
No, they're not actually. They're mostly lovely.
Let me start the story of because I was able to observe while he was very, very busy.
I was busy.
So I'm wheeling myself around and I had to take some
Check
stuff
out.
to the rubbish bin. Then I rolled myself back to him.
At the checkout.
Now I can't reach to pack, so Woolworths, if you ever want to make a disability checkout,
accessible checkout,
especially self-serve, that'd be really
there
good.
are no disability accessible checkouts.
Next,
Tell me about that. Anyway, keep going.
the young girl who needs to go to church, anyway,
or checkout,
or
school.
at least etiquette school, right? She's serving us. She's giving him the hairy eyeball.
You know that.
Because he's not packing. Now he's just exhausted himself running around.
No,
he's only just stopped running around.
I'm on
he's
this.
He's checking this.
I'm engaging with Dyan and checking
she
out how
was packing no, but hang on.
Okay.
But she was packing already. So all she didn't want to pack was a few of these some of our cool drink bottles, right? Our fizzies. So which is pop. I don't know what you call it where you are, but I call it fizz drink and pop.
I'm just taking screenshots
because
of the heart.
different families, I say, depending on
Country. Yeah.
Anyway, so basically,
Fizzy.
there was the fizzy that she wasn't packing.
She threw him into my trolley.
And she just threw them in the trolley at the end, and I was like,
she didn't want to bag
was trying to reach my bags, because we have cloth bags, to put them in. Well, that was not in my reach, right? I'm in a tiny wheelchair because I'm a tiny person. It fits me snug, right? So I'm looking at her, and she's evil-eyeing him as if to say...
give me the receipt.
Hang on. If to say, like, what a horrible person for not packing. For her, an able-bodied person, while this is a full-time carer pushing me around, okay? And I'm thinking, are you blind? Stupid? Nasty?
If we wanted to self-serve,
selfish?
we would have gone to the self-serve.
We wouldn't have been able to. You had too many stuff. We had too much stuff. So
would you like to help?
Anyway, it wasn't just the fact that she didn't do it. Then she started serving someone else. And Matt got pushed, literally physically pushed by the person next to her. So that lady wasn't paying attention. So
not going fast enough.
So guys, if you're ever at the checkout, whether it's an old lady, disability, old man, anything, guys, pay attention. If you're at the other end, if you're looking at the checkout near you, pay attention to your surroundings, because there was a lady, and I don't think you were aware, she'll never see this video, but you weren't aware, but you pushed him out the way when you didn't even notice. So this lady, she threw them, guys. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
threw them.
And didn't give me the receipt.
Then gave the evil eye. You didn't get a receipt.
No, she didn't give me the receipt. I had to go and grab that myself. It's like, okay.
Because there's security at the door.
Problems.
Okay, so there's stealing going on in Australia because everything's ridiculous. There's a security guard at the exit. We get why. We have a caravan park near us. There's sometimes there can be issues. Anyway, we get to the car. I'm like, give me the phone, which had to be with me anyway.
Here's a short part of it though. I don't get this experience if I go by myself. So this
because
is really
you're not disabled.
The first time that I'm taking Dyan
You're not disabled.
through the store, trying to navigate by the way with a wheelchair and a trolley and shop at the same time. So it's almost like jungle. It should be on the circus.
So basically, I got on the phone.
Yeah.
I rung 3 times because they didn't pick up the call. Now that's okay. I understand that weekends it's hard for management to pick up the phone. It's busier on weekends. Anyway, I thought, no, I need to speak to you now in the moment so that I could capture who the young girl was, because I didn't remember the badge name.
No.
And
but they knew us.
I am not against immigration, but I am against people that come here, and I know they are fresh off the ship and flights. Please show some respect to people that were born here. I'm dead serious. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. There are single mums, single dads, homeless people that need your job. You should be grateful you have a job. I was when I was young. Yeah. But basically, you actually were so rude.
Yeah.
And I'm not being racist here, guys. I'm not. What I'm explaining is, in Australia at the moment, we have a massive influx of people who cannot speak English. They are rude to us. They are treating us badly. And that's the bit. I don't take issue with immigration. I don't take issue with people living here, but I take issue with manners. And that goes for Aussies too. If it was an Aussie, it would have been the same.
Yep.
So, basically, I got hold of him and I said, right, I just need to explain this to you. I just went through your checkouts at the end and I explained where we were and what the lady looked like and basically said, the treatment was disgusting and never in my life, and I have been a homemaker for 25 plus years and I've never, ever seen this behaviour.
But you've also worked in checkouts yourself.
And I've worked in checkouts.
But I'm sure you wouldn't have held a job longer than a day if you did that behaviour.
If I did that, I would have lost my job, would have been yelled at in front of all the customers and told to get my little young ass out of the store, right, without pay even.
Or to pick your socks up.
That's X generation. But anyway, let's mollycoddle these little ones, shall we?
Do you know that literal saying, honey? You need to pull your socks up.
Yeah, pull your...
See, she does it literally. These sayings for her, and she's autistic, doesn't go. So thank you to the manager.
Then I said to him, basically, like, I would appreciate it if you would, because I'm an advocate and I can't help it.
Can't help herself. Keep going.
I said, look, can you please educate your people on elderly and disabled? Because accommodations are a must. It's not a choice. It is not a privilege. It is a must. I don't care what's wrong with the person's need. You must meet that need. This is society here, and it doesn't look good, Woolworths. Anyway, he agreed with me. He was fine. He was lovely.
Oh, yeah, very understanding.
And now I have a voucher. But anyway, I didn't expect that. I just said to him, you're my local store. I don't want a repeat experience of this.
No, thank you.
My partner has been through hell and back, and you're about to hear more.
That's irrelevant, but I don't want to take Dyan to an experience.
Let alone my health.
So I don't want to take Dyan out to a shopping experience and receive a sort of behaviour, because it creates a negative experience for her.
I always have a negative.
But it was good to communicate and give appropriate feedback.
I always have to prepare myself going out.
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to be treated like I am dirt on a shoe.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
That's not good enough
to it.
anyway.
No, it's not, but I'm used to it. Disgusting. But anyway, because she went too far, I would call that behaviour, like the throwing, the way she was looking at him was aggressive, guys. It was intimidation, aggression. It was, I don't care if you hate your job. I don't care. I hated my job at times, was almost in tears at times at checkouts. I never took it out on my people.
No, and nor should anyone.
Even the grumpy old ladies or whatever that were going off at me for not knowing what this vegetable was, I respected my elders. Yeah. Okay?
Sounds
because that's what you do.
Alright, so moving past that story. So we've given you an explanation of how we've been tied to the phones. We've given you an explanation that Dyan's got this heartburn and she shouldn't be having any stress.
Ah, yeah, there's that bit.
Okay, so I'm going, Woolworths, seriously, do you really want to add to the stress? Should I have brought you here? But I have to bring you here because of the phone situation.
Well, let's go into the next stress, shall we?
Okay, so what's that?
Well, that was kind of like nothing compared to what's really going on.
Okay, but before we get to the big issue, what was the other things we're trying to cover?
Damn it.
So we've been to IKEA that day to do a pickup.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Could we do something which was not going to cause any stress?
I need your help right now.
IKEA on the weekend is bad. So luckily it was
dude cannot read a phone shopping list.
Anyway, forget that one. And lucky it was an in and out. It was a quick in and out to Inaloo. We got a step stool and we brought that home.
Must have been absent.
This morning we did the, well, not we, me, myself and I, did the lacquering, put a varnish coat over the top of the step stool.
Still think it needs a second coat, but anyway, it looks lovely.
So that now looks lovely. So that's one of the things that we did this morning. We've also been to Spotlight.
Tell you what, this dude, high five.
High five, is that what you're trying to do?
You have done an amazing job.
It's been a busy day.
You've sewn the birdcage cover.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It actually looks incredibly good, by the way.
Right?
Keep an eye out on future videos because you might see it at some stage.
You'd be
Etsy.
selling them like...
Oh, you mean the online retail store
you'd
for
be making a fortune.
artists and hobbyists? Yeah, probably, possibly,
Anyway,
maybe.
so he's done that. He's built the stool, step stool.
Yeah.
He's lacquered it because, of course, that's. Look, we are kind of like countrified people here. It's like, it's not only a step stool, but it is because I'm very, very short. Not that I should be going up on things in my kitchen. No. Top things. But I do.
You like that game of lemmings? You know the ones that climb and then they suddenly drop off the edge? You know, they keep going? Lemmings?
That's
her. She falls.
Once,
anyway.
And I learnt from her. I went, I won't go that close to the edge. Whoops, she fell off the stage.
Yes, so don't use the step stool to slip at it.
No, but basically, I use it for the kitchen, but it is also a side table for Sir's TV, and it looks super cute.
Everything
like that.
Has to be multi-functional in the
small
hotel room. Yeah. Speaking of which, all right. So we've come full circle back to why did I say speaking of which? It's something about the apartment. I told you to hang on for this little bit, and we'll get here. You may recall we've had a few dramas over recent months. Okay. Where you're doing good. We've had issues where we were in an apartment, SDA, Specialist Disability Accommodation, for 2 years, and we came across a very corrupt, inappropriate provider of service who was very corrupt, let's say, non-compliant to the NDS.
Unethical, about to be made criminal because Bill Shorten is going to make the unethical be criminal.
So keep holding on to your breath. So
thank you, Bill
after
Shorten.
that 2 years of experience and not meeting obligations to the legislation.
Our money's still not back.
Yeah, they've held on to our bond, even though they're going to
all
give
of
it
it's too
fully back
because we're good people.
2.5 months. We still haven't got our bond back. Our bond is what you put down as a deposit in case something happens at a house.
Also, they lied to the bonds government department and put in less than we gave them for bond.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I can't believe that company.
Australia is the wild, wild west, and we are fucked, guys. Don't move to Australia.
So, let's bring to the story of where we're at. This morning
of either like
okay.
or like
you're talking lots. Let's give them some clarity. I know you're finding it hard with your ADHD. So we're going to build this story to give you some understanding of the context because it is actually very significant. 2 months ago, we were put into this situation where we found out that after almost 2 years, and we're told that we're going to be staying there for the rest of our life, at least for the next 10, 20 or 30 years, no problems.
No, they said the rest of your life, they did say that.
They said all those things, and it didn't come to fruition. They actually tried to jack up the rent massively, $500 or $600, which forced us to have to move because I'm only on a carer's pension and Dyan's on disability pension. We had no choice. It was their way because of all of the faults and issues under the Quality and Safeguards Commission.
You were a whistleblower.
They wanted to punish us. So we moved out from there.
We got punished.
Because of that process then, we had to reallocate and we had to look very urgently, less than 21 days, to find a new apartment.
2 places to choose from.
Go back and have a look at some of those videos.
Small.
Yeah.
The other one,
2 places in all of WA available for us to be able to take.
Sold half.
It's not that we're picky. We have no choice.
No, but we still have to sell.
We have to meet certain criteria. We have to meet certain categories.
Our staff to come here. This was the only one out of 2 that we could fit into, and we sold another half after selling half before
to that apartment.
Half again.
So that's lifetime memories. Because we've been together for 33 years.
We've got 2 children.
Lifetime memories.
2 adult
lifetime
children.
Furniture. All of those things. So we've moved and we're over here and we've, as you can see from Dyan's recent videos, she's a homemaker. She's been designing, she's been setting up the home. We've got new pets.
Homely.
We've got
to be suiting what we
Tinkerbell, the goldfish. We've got lovely 2 Jasmine and Anna, the 2 canaries. Willow, the old guy over here.
They're not canaries, they're budgies.
I know.
They're Australian
budgies. I was doing a search late last night on canaries.
Not canaries.
Budgerigars. Budgies. So we've got the menagerie of animals. We are trying to get ourselves focused. We've done modifications to the home for Dyan's disability needs.
Yep.
We've got automation on the door, bars on the toilet.
We had the medical OT come, but that's another story.
Oh God, we haven't told them that story,
my
have we?
disability advocate were at the hospital talking about that. There was a few medical staff listening. That was funny. Yep, disability. Start learning about it, idiots. Anyway, sorry.
No. Well, you brought this up, so let's segue just for a moment because I'm gonna come back to the housing because that's the big finale drama. You're gonna have your socks rocked off when I tell you that.
What?
So the OT, occupational therapist,
which was a medical occupational therapist.
No, he wasn't. He's not a medically qualified practitioner.
But that's what the court said.
The courts are the Administration Appeals Tribunal, the AAT, which is
idiots.
Under the NDIS. We've been battling with trying to get some things organised in the NDIS, and because of the escalation of complaints, it goes to this thing called the AAT. So they're very lovely. They work through a process a bit like court, but it's not as formal as a judge.
Is that what you call lovely?
Yeah. And they had arranged an IME, an independent medical examiner. The problem is this person's not medical. They're not a doctor. They're not a nurse, but they are an OT. They're an occupational therapist. But let's go.
Should we talk about the nurse we interviewed?
Oh shit! Don't go to that story, please. No, let's stick with the OT. This week, I've lost all my hair. No, actually, I cut my hair this morning, but I've lost all my hair. I've gone grey. I'm going grey. I've gone grey. I've lost all my hair, and I'm losing weight because of the stress. Actually, I am losing weight too. Everything's going wrong. Did you know I'm losing weight? I've lost another 2 kilos.
Another 2? I know you've lost weight, but another 2?
I think I've given it to you.
Yeah, well, I'm bloating up because I'm off my tablets.
But anyway, I'm losing weight, which is probably a good thing.
2 kilos
but it's actually a stressful thing. So,
again,
this medical OT was scheduled by the lawyers of the AAT to come and assist Dyan with a functional assessment. 3 hours.
No assessment was done.
3 hours he sat and had a chat.
Oh, did you hear it?
Had a chat.
No, I like hosting.
With a disability advocate in the room.
I'm a host, okay? I've been raised right.
Okay, yeah.
Country hosting is good too. However, you're a professional, mate, right? Yeah. So I offered him water.
Offered him a drink, yeah.
Sorry, but my budget's tight right now. Water, sir.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think he's going to be here long because there was only certain things to focus on for the AAT. So anyway, I said, would you like a nice water? Can I get you a drink? Oh, I'd love a coffee. So I'm thinking in my head, I didn't offer you a coffee, arsehole. I offered you a fucking water.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway,
he's from Queensland, little bit halfway up, which means basically he's a sexist pig.
Honey, you can't say that about him at all.
He is. He's a man's man.
He's a bit of a man's man. Anyway, so he is, because it's behavioural. He actually spent a lot of time talking to me and ignoring Dyan.
I'm the participant.
She's the one that we need to be doing the functional assessment of. Okay, let's not go there. The other parts of this is, if you're doing a functional assessment, you need to assess the functional capabilities of the participant. That means, for example, if you're talking about a wheelchair, you would actually get the person to sit in the wheelchair. You'd get them to wheel or move the wheelchair, navigate.
He was chatting to Matt. He's been friends with Matt. Matt.
One of your best mate, apparently.
Let's be friends. I've just moved here to WA. Oh, shut the fuck up. Anyway, next.
So, we've had that drama, but the question and the funny part that you found funny
my advocate was like, that was terrible.
The advocate caught up with us at the hospital at the cardiology appointment
we had
a couple of days later.
Coffee.
And she said, guys, did you see this guy? Do you believe him?
I was like,
he didn't assess anything.
No.
I was like,
what was assessed?
I know.
Nothing? I thought so too.
He's done 3 hours on site. He'll go away and do a 10-hour write-up. So he'll charge 13 hours. So it'll be about $2,500, $3,000 for a report that he'll write, which you probably won't even see.
$5,000.
Such a waste of fucking
what
time and energy.
What the fuck are you doing, government?
And not assessing anything. Yeah. We have had some fantastic OTs, occupational therapists in the past, who have actually done
this is an independent,
all
Matt.
the genuine seating assessments, functional assessments, everything.
But this guy's
really
an independent, which means he's just going,
mean?
Government, you want to pay me tons of money just to repeat what everyone else has already done? No worries. The job's pretty much done. What's the past OT's report? Let's copy that.
Exactly, he's got all the reports.
And he gets thousands of dollars.
Anyway.
Fuck you, government, come on.
What's really bad
is milking the shit out of you.
The reason why I'm saying this, for 3 hours to have Dyan sitting up and have to be focused and twisted and engaged.
It's employment, isn't it, government? Ticks the box of employment on the piece of the pie.
It's very exhausting upon Dyan. As is going to a cardiology appointment, as is having to deal with shopping centre staff who aren't very good at customer service.
No, that just topped me off because it was
that topped her off. So
we were stressed. We had urgency for certain foods.
I'm just going to check her heart right now.
We needed certain foods to, because
it's not right.
we have a quieter week. It's fine. We have a quieter week.
That's not
And I thought, no, let's get the food shopping done now because of the phone situation.
I get that.
And let's get ahead of ourselves for the week. And also I'm trying to get ahead of ourselves for living here. Anyway.
For living here. That's a key word. For living here. Because here's the bombshell. After the destabilisation of having to move from our previous SDA only 2 months ago, told that this is another long-term secure accommodation for the rest of our life concept.
Well, for as long as we want
After
it to be.
having
and my bath's coming.
They've ordered the bath. They're going to install
weeks,
all the modifications. 2 more weeks. Yes, they've done all these changes.
2 more weeks away.
They've modified the kitchen so our fridge can fit in. All these modifications have been done.
Yeah.
We might be moving. Sorry, did you hear that? We might have to move again. Why is now the question that you might like to ask. Why would they want to do that to you guys? Haven't you been through enough? Yes. Hasn't Dyan had enough issues of having to have additional seizures and cardiac issues presenting at ED? Yes. Now that we've had to escalate to advanced heart failure and having to have things like a bug trace put on, wouldn't they like to stabilise and put the protections in place to keep you guys safe and secure and comfortable? Yes. Aren't you guys struggling with money and financial after having moved 7 times in the last 5 years? Yeah, that's incredibly expensive for us because we had to move 7 times and also do 2 temporary accommodations in between all of that. Dyan is destabilised. It takes 6 months minimum, 12 months normally to get into a routine under new place.
On top of that, just reporting, I know that there's massive estrangement with adult children going on since 2020, and I want to bring this up because I'm not going to be ashamed anymore because I was a good parent, so was he. Not like my parents who were criminally abusive. So basically, I told my children my health status. I don't often. I only do when important because I believe that it's always up to them to make their decision so that they have no regrets that I leave them behind with. So, no response. So, there's just too much on my plate.
Stress.
And then that was bad enough. And so I said to Sir, and that was that particular day that you got that email.
Yeah, of course it was.
I said, let's just go get this list done because I really need to get out. I really need to get out and just like normal.
Yep.
Because
try and have a normal day.
Like,
you know,
it's funny how my heart's breaking. Like, I'm brokenhearted.
Yeah. To try and get away from the daily medical. Because that week before, every single day was a medical appointment of pathology, radiology, clinic appointment,
and also we're still wrapping up certain setups here.
Absolutely.
Of the house,
we're not settled yet. It takes a while to settle, but we're almost
wanted
there.
to do something normal. And then we're sitting in the car, speaking to my support coordinator, and boom.
And here's a few bombshells. Yeah, we're still dealing with the previous SDA provider.
Haven't got the bond back. The bond's not back. $1,895.
They just thought they'd try and pocket an extra $200, which is not theirs. It's like now I have to audit all their entire accounts.
Now I've got to pay at the end of this week, bond here.
Yep.
Because now it's no longer temporary accommodation, which is fine.
Yep.
2 weeks rent in advance. Yep. That's expected.
But
that's
you expected to have your bond back.
But the bond's not back. Now, I've had expenses that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, exactly.
What
have you got?
Chest pain. Basically from, moving, things are different in every house. So, anyway.
Yeah. So, that was the first part of the conversation. Then the second
and this
part.
Is Abby the lawyer.
The bombshell. This is from the
AAT.
The AAT. Saying, you know what?
Who knows who've been here for 2 months.
Let me explain.
But for the first week when we moved in, they got approved officially, this facility.
Yeah, registered. Yeah. So this is a brand new SDA facility. It's only just been built before we moved in. It's 20 different apartments. They are registered by the NDIS, meeting all the standards. The provider had been provided with Dyan's plan. They had spoken to our level 2, level 3 housing specialist support coordinator to know what we're coming in with. They'd been provided with the S42 from the NDIS, from the lawyer Abby, so they knew exactly what we were eligible for, what we needed, etc. Yep. And they accepted us with open arms, saying, absolutely, we'd love to have you here, no problems at all, love all those things, and we'll be able to help you out. Great. And that's why we had to make that decision to say, okay, well, we're going to stay here, we're going to commit ourselves, and we put ourselves into that place. Well, the lawyer came back with an email only a few days ago now to then simply say the NDIS is reviewing the registration and the your needs as to what you're eligible for. You're eligible only for a one participant in this particular property. Okay.
And then here I was already
there's
here.
the participant, and I'm the partner.
Why not
in the support.
tell me week one, AAT?
We're not set up for having a partner.
When our boxes were packed.
We're not set up for having a partner or a family member living with you. This property is only for one participant. And
we're not the only ones.
So let's explain this.
There's a dad and daughter down there.
There's actually multiple of the same situations. These apartments.
Full of us.
So give them the information rather than racing forward.
Sorry.
Every apartment is 2 bedrooms. 2 bathrooms. You've seen the home tour. You know exactly what it's like.
Tiny.
That means 2 of us can live here in 2 bedrooms,
but for
2 bathrooms.
People, it's fine.
I'm obviously here because I'm having to be eyes on, full-time support. Some of the other apartments are set up in the same way. The mother might be there, or the dad might be there, or a family member pops in or sleeps over and stays there. Okay, so that's how the configuration. There's a family. There's a father and his son staying with the particular person. So that's how it works. In other apartments, they've got their support staff who stays there all the time. They literally they stay there overnight, and they have 2 support staff, so it's not 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They do all that. So that's what it's designed for, to have a support staff, a person to be able to assist the person with disabilities. Makes sense.
People that are having me here know that they respect the fact that he needs to be here, being that he's my primary carer. But he's family.
Absolutely.
So the only difference is he's unpaid compared to paid. And they actually said, because of their history in disability, and they're not just SDA providers, they're ethical because they know disability. And they said, you are working for free.
Absolutely.
Why would we not?
You're exactly what we're looking for. You meet the criteria.
Why would we not want you here?
Exactly. You're the carer.
Those people are here getting free rent. Some people actually living here free rent and getting paid.
Yeah.
Fuck off, government.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
So explain it before you go ranting and raving.
Uneducated carers getting free rent when they're young people with no education and they're getting paid to be here per hour. Fuck off.
Okay.
Fuck
I think
off.
Don needs to paint the picture a little bit better at times, because the
Fuck
expletives
off.
are there, the frustration's there.
Fuck
So
off.
slow down. First of all,
Mr. Shorten, fix it now.
Remember, I am an unpaid.
Dyan's rule.
I'm unpaid carer. You want to make a rule called
Dyan's rule? I do.
I'm an unpaid carer because
when I'm dead, you can do that.
I'm on the carer's pension. I provide care to Dyan 24/7.
I'm so over
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Literally. Okay. We have looked at other staff. We have looked at other nursing staff. We have struggled. They don't want to work with the complexities, the risk factors of Dyan's with seizures, cardiac complexities. They want to go to the movies, they want to go to the beach, they want to go for picnics, they want to go for walks in the bush. But they don't want to have the boredom sometimes of sitting around with a person who's late stage in a chronic illness with complexities and risk issues. So that's part of our struggle of trying to find quality and staff with abilities. So while all of these stresses are going on, we're meant to be keeping Dyan calm. That's why she keeps reaching for the phone and having to play things. Because her heart is not in a good space. This morning we woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when we started our day.
I was stressed. My anxiety was racing.
So yeah, we started our day early.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
It's not fair. We should not be having to live, and I wrote an email at 4 o'clock in the morning as soon as I'm awake because of this.
And he sent it about 6:30 for 2 hours.
Oh.
I supported him through this absolute stressful email that I could tell was taking every ounce of your energy.
Because it's just not right.
For 2 hours, early hours of the morning.
There's so many issues with this. Now look.
Yes, you are keeping us away.
The lawyers are going back.
You ruined our life.
So the lawyer for the NDS is going back to the NDS to get their what's the word? Guidance, their advice. So she's looking for advice from them as to what to do.
Don't tell us until you know the full story.
Because they have to go to the home and living team, which is the hidden team inside of the NDS. It's no front facing and they're never part of any conversation. The provider, the FDA provider, loves us, wants us here, and says everything's perfectly fine. The support coordinator, who's a level 2, level 3 housing specific support coordinator, everything's eligible as well.
I've got the overnight,
but the distresses of that email going
connected to me.
the NDS, will not...
Which is cheaper.
...do what they're meant to be
than
doing.
hiring my own staff.
If that doesn't meet certain criteria. And it's like, well, we meet the criteria. What the hell are you talking about? Should we get a divorce just to make it happy for you?
So basically, that's what they're expecting. The Australian government, I'm going to blame you. The Australian government, whoever's behind this legislation, listen up. I don't care who you are. Because all the front-facing people is probably not even you.
No, never is.
I will not be forced to live in or out of a relationship because of you.
Yeah,
I am disabled. I am
rights.
Degenerative. I am at my risk years of my life expectancy.
Yeah.
I am under extreme stress, chronic stress. My heart event, which I haven't recovered from the stress of an unethical provider. I now have an ethical provider. And now you want to stick your nose in and now make it worse. And you want to disrespect a carer that has been working for free.
Oh, that's what pissed me
Because
off.
at the beginning, NDIS, your stupid bloody forms say, where's your informal carers first?
Yeah, family.
We don't want to pay for anyone.
Neighbours,
we want everyone, neighbours, everyone. Let's go grab everyone, your children, everyone.
Yeah.
Just ruin everyone's life around you to get your needs met. Now, I'm not anti that because I have a different mentality, but the world is different. The world is kind of a little bit colder than I would like it to be. And everyone wants to be like not so family orientated.
Yeah.
Hence why I feel parental alienated from my children because they're all about the money and I'm not rich enough, but my parents are, and fuck that shit.
So let's bring some...
But basically, he's unpaid, but you'll have the paid carers here.
So put that into context.
For free rent.
If Dyan was to have paid carers, provide 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, $350,000
you should be mad.
per annum.
Do you want to be mad about it? Go on.
I get paid, I think, $18,000 a year. I think that's what I get paid.
And not to mention,
in a carer's pension.
The person that won't give me my bond back got a couple of $100,000 in 2 years from me. I didn't get a cent back.
Yeah.
They kept my bars that were around the toilet, which were worth $1,200. I got nothing. I didn't even get to take them with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So they got more out of me than I got out of them. I paid my rent out of my...
Now, the support coordinator is shaking her head. The provider of the apartments and accommodations, the SDA, they're shaking their head.
Advocate.
The advocate is shaking her head massively. The disability lawyer is like, what are these guys doing? Why are they destabilising this participant?
Damn.
Why do they constantly have to badger and harass this partner? And as I said in my email this morning, it's like, I can't even get medical oxygen or a suction device to help Dyan during seizures.
Between medical and NDIS, and we're in the middle.
I've got all these specialists that keep saying to me,
you
need to calm things down and get stabilised, Matt. And it's like, love to. No problems. Let's work on that. NDIS, and I can't achieve that.
My oxygen levels are going below 90.
Below 80 most times.
I'm going 86.
So we've got problems here.
Multiple times a day.
And how do I stabilise this situation when I have no control? As I said to the people, sorry guys, but this is out of my hands. You've got a registered NDIS, level 2, level 3 housing specialist support coordinator who's arranged all of this.
Yep.
Then you've
got a
specialist disability provider of accommodation who's also agreed to this and set all these boxes.
You just ticketed. You just went, yes.
And you guys have also been communicated to all the way along about where we're going and what we're doing. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
You know where
we are.
So
where does it leave us? We're waiting. We're waiting for them to seek advice, to get guidance, to have an aura, to, I don't know, have the stars aligned for them to come back and give us a direction of, are we here or are we not here? Do we have to move again or do we not have to move again? If we have to move again, where the hell are we going? Because there's no available properties in all of WA that meet our particular configuration. We've exhausted our budgets, can't afford to do that anymore. What else do we have to sell? We can't do that. We've got pets, how the hell do we manage that?
You or me or
both of us have ended up in hospital because of the last move. I've ended up having a heart surgery with a stunt in my heart. You've ended up having, now you've got a blood trace and we're monitoring you as you're getting deteriorating with. This is shit, okay? I've sent the communication off to the doctors to say, You know what? You want us to be nice and relaxed? Tell these pricks. Tell these pricks to stop being so under the carpet of pulling the rug out from under us and destabilising us.
I just don't think he realises.
He hasn't been. He's seen the shit that you've been through.
He does actually realise. What I mean is, I don't think he'll be ready for this. He sees us banging
our head against a brick wall all the time with this stupid system.
But you know what? It's not means tested. So if you're rich, you can build your own SDA.
Yep.
That's great.
Now look.
But if you're poor and disabled,
they might come back.
Go in a tent.
They might come back next week. And remember, I know this, but I've sent this email on a weekend because I'm just over the whole thing. My support coordinator has had to engage with the lawyer to say, get some information, what the hell's going on? I'm seeking advice. She doesn't work until Thursday. She's part-time. We're waiting for the Ndis, which never moves quickly. The gears, you can just see the smoke going along and you can hear the gears crunching because it's such a slow process. So in the meantime, what do? We keep getting it stabilised here. We keep getting all these things set up in a week, in 2 weeks, in 4 weeks, in 6 weeks. And then finally they go, either we can stay or we can't stay. If we can't stay, then it's like, right, you got to move.
I don't know how I can cope with that. I don't
know. What to?
There is no
What's
option
available?
At this point, we'd have to build something with someone. We have to find a developer, get them to build it.
Or if it is, no worries, you can stay. Then why the fuck would you have to put us through all of this disarray?
Yeah, why tell us this information and everyone's freaking out around me?
You talk to the provider.
Naturally.
You talk to the support quad. You guys sort it out over there amongst yourselves. And once you've worked out how the hell the system works, then you work it out.
For this AAT lawyer, okay, for her it's just like, it's just like playing jobs.
Yep.
You're fucking with people's lives, young lady.
And particularly with the distress.
Shut your mouth. No, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Get your ducks in a fucking row and then present it to me.
Absolutely. Because we've done all the right things. We do everything by the book.
We've been
cross
telling
the T's and dot the I's. We follow your rules and legislation.
Everything along the way to assure things. We've got a lawyer watching. We've got an advocate
Human
telling
rights
us
organisation.
and telling us what to do right and making sure we don't go wrong. We've got a support coordinator level 2 and 3 to make sure we're not going wrong. What the fuck now?
Yeah.
What's your excuse, really?
But the stress that it creates. As I said to you, you guys just have so little respect. You're affecting my physical and mental well-being at the moment, let alone the participant who's just trying to do the best she possibly can.
We are broken.
What a champion. Every day she wakes up in severe pain, if she even gets to sleep.
I'm not.
She's off the planet, forgetting things, having seizures, having heart events, in a tense pain. Far out, give her a break, will you? Just give her a break. So
I actually don't like what it's made me into. I am not this person. I'm so angry now.
I'm not surprised.
I don't trust anyone.
Trust's a very big word. And the problem is with trust, it goes both ways. They've got to earn trust, and they don't. They break every rule. Even if it's in the legislation, in the guidelines, in the rule books, they change it. They adjust it. Oh, it's not for you. This means this. We're going to interpret it in a different way.
They just make it up as they go.
They do. I actually said in the email, one of the things that actually come from the NDS and the lawyers, you said, you've actually most recently said that we're two participants. I'm not a participant. I'm not registered under the NDS. I don't have a disability. So it's one participant. That will be her. Okay? I'm the carer.
You're not going to have two.
She's allowed to have a partner or a family member be a carer for her.
Like my support coordinator mentioned.
Yeah.
It is not built to be two participants either, guys, by the way. The second bedroom's a total waste.
Absolutely.
Because it is not disability fit.
No.
Including the bathroom. No. So, once again, everyone's shaking their heads going, this is stupid.
Yeah. Can you just leave us alone?
Everyone else is happy. The people that we're under here are happy.
SDA provider.
We are happy. Look, and I'm going to say this humbly. Okay, I'm a mother and grandmother and I don't get to have a home anymore. And you took that from me, government, just because I was born disabled and deteriorated as fast as anything and went broke doing so. And we're in a whole economic crisis around the world, particularly Australia. And you have punished me You have punished me. You allowed the other estate provider to be so unethical.
Fraudulent.
I get that you're trying to change the laws to make it criminal, but they are fraudulent.
Yep.
And they got away with it, and you allowed them. And now you're letting this situation not work.
Yeah.
You are disrespecting me with my human rights as a mother, as a partner.
As a human being. A person with disability.
This is what I've humbly... allowed to be a thing, but guess what? Not that it's ever going to happen, because my kids don't want a bar of me, and I can understand why, because you've made me unlikable. Let's be fucking honest. Disability in Australia, guys, is treated disgusting. We should just shrivel up and die, shouldn't exist because we're a money drain. But basically, I couldn't have my grandkids here. I wouldn't want them here. This is just not enough space to be it's not a home. Yeah. It's a hotel room. Yeah, we settled with this and we've made it our home, and you want to just take it away. And it is homelessness. Because what configuration is acceptable?
A tent.
Divorce.
A tent.
Oh, shall I bring up the Catholic mentality that I have? Should we talk about the spiritual warfare going on right now?
Yeah, that's not.
Because I really think that you don't want one disabled woman to have a partner. I'm dead set, and I've been watching this, Ndis. I have been watching this situation. Majority of the biology of sick people are women, and you, government, are a big social changer in the landscape, and you are making women isolated on purpose.
I'm going to explain
accidentally.
that just before we wrap up, because a lot of people are probably going, they don't understand. What do you mean? It's probably the question you're asking at home right now.
Go for it, yeah.
So, first of all, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of feelings in this, and don't get me wrong, we are so beaten, it's just exhausting. It really is so difficult to keep getting up every day to do this process. You would think, naturally, particularly in the climate where the NDIS has uncovered
the homelessness in Perth. Okay,
but let me talk.
There's no homes. They're letting in tens of thousands of immigrants a day.
Okay, hundreds of thousands.
We've got homeless Australians on the street.
Let me just explain. The NDIS has discovered all these rorts, and they're obviously having to clean up their back end to realise that all these corruptions and things are going off. You know, their own staff going off to golf junkets and all these other sort of things to influence their purchase decisions for Salesforce, etc.
Bastards.
So slow down. But the key thing I think a lot of people at home would be asking is, why would the Australian government not be supporting people who are trying to work together to support people with disabilities in an informal way, saving the government, the taxpayers money? As I outlined,
my family, my adult children, my grandchildren, I can't support them.
So if we're doing all the hard yards to support and provide stability for Dyan in the care of choice that she's made, choice and control, she's choosing who she wants around to provide that support. If we're saying hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, as we've always done, we've been self-funded. We didn't approach the NDS for 25 years. We did absolutely everything ourselves until
we raised our children without you.
I had to give up my job literally to look after Dyan full time. Okay, happy to do so because I know she needed the support, and I knew that there wasn't anything else around us that was able to support her at the time. So if we're doing it this way, if we're trying to minimise the cost of expenditure to the Australian taxpayers, if we are just getting on with the job and looking after Dyan, why are all this stress always caused by the NDIS, their ignorance to the rules, their corruption and rorts by agencies who are...
They want employment.
Absolutely.
You want fucking employment.
That's exactly right.
With no education. I will not accept your carers. They're not educated, and the ones that are goddamn rude.
Yeah. Well,
the nurse I met the other day, you were disgusting.
Get off, Mabel.
And you're a palliative care nurse?
Get off, Mabel. You're feeding off the vulnerable.
You want the money, and after work you want to do some couple of hours of an extra shift. You got what, cruise maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe some nice
at
clothes.
$85 an hour or $95 an hour.
You're sick, lady.
Whatever. Anyway. So
ew.
There's a lot of that which we don't happy with.
Where's your heart?
So we are frustrated. like
It's
I
not
said,
an industry for money.
we're very upset because all we want to do is just stabilise and try and live our day-to-day life. I would love Dyan to be able to stabilise her condition.
I would hate to think this is my
To
end.
be able to
With the stress
enjoy
like
doing
this.
things like art or her pets, or heaven forbid, go out and participate once a week in a coffee group with a disability group to meet other people.
I can't go and start my activities because what if I'm not living here anymore?
That's right. That was one of the things I highlighted as part of my email this morning. Every time we move, we leave behind
friends,
the community that we've built up, the friendships that we've established, the informal supports that have come on board, and just the familiarity of the location, the processes and the routines around that. We are both destabilised each and every time.
I don't get anyone to pray with.
No, you miss out on from everything from religion to culture to socialisation to activities. It's really, really difficult to go, oh, let's do it again. Let's just do it that one more time. Come on, just one more time, give it a go. And you know what? After moving 7 times in 4 years, far out, the wind has just been knocked out of our sails.
We would have eventually got to it, but with this put on our plate, you know what?
Yeah.
I am not the same person anymore.
Yeah.
I can't even stand who I've become. Why would I go and put myself out with other people right now?
Now, the NDIS are acutely aware. They are kept up to date. They are informed of Dyan's health condition. Even though it's in the health department, it's an acute situation. I'm not talking about the chronic, long-term and disability. They are absolutely aware. No, they are absolutely aware of the acute situation, of the life-threatening nature of the issues that she is dealing with, and the exacerbation that's caused by the distress, the frustration, the instability, or the financial pressures. The financial pressures takes us away from being able to get treatment, private healthcare, private specialists, individualised medications. We are only getting half the medications that we can afford for Dyan, let alone supplements, let alone diets.
Private cover.
Yeah, and that might be, and here's another kicker. If we have to move, let's say we have to move in a month's time,
get rid of it.
We have to get rid of. We wouldn't have even met the compliance stages of the first 2 months. We would have wasted even 2 months worth of private health cover that we're trying to build up just to be able to get access to an ambulance or into the systems to be able to use the private health cover for the hospital system. All this is so frustrating.
See a private cardiologist on a bloody
So
idiot.
They do know, they are aware of Dyan's acute needs, and they are also acutely aware of the risks, whether it's SUDEP from seizures, sudden unexplained death from epilepsy, whether it's a cardiac arrest because of the cardiac issues that are going on.
For a stroke and
let alone just someone who's got the pain.
I'm a ticking time bomb.
So not good at all. So anyway, that's our update. That's our podcast. You can see there's been some highs and there's been some incredible lows.
To be honest, guys, because
we're
you know
transparent.
what? We weren't going to say anything because we thought we'd find out sooner. Also, put it to bed quick.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been.
No.
And I want you guys to know this because it's also a little bit of a cautionary tale.
Yeah, very
much so. And it's also, I want to expose this system for what the hell it is.
Yeah.
And if I don't make it, then this is on the fucking record.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is great that we create awareness for people to be aware of what the NDIS or the Australian Disability Services and the systems like, or even the health system. You're seeing this play out in front of you. For those people who've got chronic, long-term, rare, complex, complicated conditions like Dyan has from 22q, Ehlers-Danlos,
I don't get a full life, guys. I don't get the full life expectancy that everyone else gets. Now, if they take away the stress, if they give me top quality healthcare, they could extend my life.
Absolutely. But they want to make it
harder.
Give a
shit.
So that's what we're juggling at the moment. So you might see that affects sometimes our mood, the content that we create, even the infrequency of what we're doing, the ability to do stuff.
Because we don't want to bring you a mood of when we're just stressed or a mood of just no mood.
Oh, we want to do some fun stuff, boring, trust me.
Right?
Yeah, but that's out of our control as we go through these things. We're just going
with the flow.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can forget about it. Sometimes we can't. Sometimes one of us can, one of us can't.
I am incredibly strong when I get through these things, and I try and put these things and put a positive face on it.
I'm broken. I'm done.
Yeah.
I feel like I've lost some innocence.
No, of course. This is the harsh reality of the actualised systems.
I never thought that when you get to the point where your body's starting to pack in, with your syndrome, then everyone would turn their back on you.
So when things are important, you think people would help.
You think people would say, okay,
that
now
logic
put everything aside,
will be
no
understood.
more crap, no more rubbish, we're just going to be healthy about things because life's too short.
Exactly.
No, doesn't happen. So please, anyone out there, you live your best life. You get rid of toxic people, including your own family.
If you need to do
Don't allow that to happen. Okay? Stick to your morals and values and don't waver. Is that the right word?
Waver.
Don't go from it at all. You stick to your guns and you do what's right, even if it hurts. Because I'm telling you now, there is some evilness going on.
And
not just in Australia, in the world.
As we say goodbye,
and
be mindful of I'll call it the glossy brochure approach to all of these systems, okay? What they say that they do, what their intent is to provide these supports and security and accessibility and help the disabled of Australia. And remember, there's about 18 to 20% of Australian culture is or facing disabilities. That's a significant. There's 650,000 people already on the NDIS system at the moment. So there's a lot of people who are utilising the services.
Yeah, but some are using it for different reasons, and I think we need to prioritise people that are dying.
Triage will be a very sensible
really nice
idea. Because by the time they get around with it, I mean, you hear stories of people who've been stuck in the AAT for 2 or 3 or 4 years.
And the families get the letter when the person's dead.
Yeah, and I don't want that to be the case.
And I don't want... So hear me now, NDIA.
Yep.
You send him a letter when I'm fucking dead. Not cool.
Not cool. So guys, thank you so much for your tolerance and patience and understanding as you work through this particular podcast episode. Hold a bit of space for us as we go through this stress.
So sorry. Like, my channel from the beginning has been here to try and actually inspire to live your best life regardless of disability.
We will get through, but you can see how hard it is.
Inflicts on you.
Yeah.
And yet I don't feel like I'm a good role model.
I think you are.
This right now.
I think you're being an authentic role model at the moment.
I am trying to be authentic because
we always are.
That's why I did this video, because I know
You're going to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Stuff. I like to show positive more than negative, but I'm not going to hide what's going on.
No, you need to know.
Because I think that, like I said, cautionary tale.
Yeah, because there'll be most people go, "That's unbelievable," and I'd like you in your comments below to actually say that. That's unbelievable, Matt. Yeah. Because it actually is.
No, say Bill Shorten. That's unbelievable, Bill Shorten.
Hey, Bill. Bill Shorten's the minister for the NDIS.
Because it's disgusting.
It needs to change, and sometimes it needs to be exceptional circumstances.
And I think
because
family
without that,
first,
triage,
when you are someone, whether it's from religion, like it is for me, or whether it's just because of personal choices, okay? When someone says they want family first to be their primary carer, government, why you say no?
Yeah. How about
why don't you tell the taxpayers it's because you want more tax coming back by having workers? Because taxpayers, don't you want to save $300,000 per person of a majority of a large sum of NDIS SDA participants? Do you not want to save that much money? You do. You do. Trust me. So you should be voting for us on this one because this is
hopefully
rubbish.
All this makes sense. If it doesn't, I'd love to hear your questions or comments below, and I'll try and get back to you and answer those in the comments. Guys, thank you always, as usual, for your support. Give us a big thumbs up to give us some encouragement to get through this process.
Well, I'm just going to say this. For 25 plus years, 6-figure income, we did not pay all that tax.
Had to go somewhere.
For you guys, government, to go, no, in your absolute darkest hour, no, I'm going to make it really awful.
But instead
and I'm going to give it to the rich people who literally sit in an office and their business grows by them sitting there.
Yep.
That's not working. That's not working.
All right, guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in another episode, hopefully real soon. Bye for now.